more questions that were left unanswered due to the complexity of the Matrix. Today we're going to look into if there are multiple versions of the Matrix running simultaneously. When did Seraph fight and defeat Agent Smith? And is the Matrix Online canon or not? Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
We would like to announce our new giveaway. Many of you really wanted a copy of the Matrix Comics 20th Anniversary Collection, so we will be once again giving away a free copy of this graphic novel with a poster of the original 1999 Matrix film. For your chance to win, subscribe to this channel, leave a like on this video, and leave in the comment section below which character would you like to see return in Matrix 4 and why. The winner will be announced on October 10th. So let us begin with the question of, when did Seraph fought Agent Smith? In Matrix Revolutions, the Oracle orders Seraph to protect Sati, though, as we've discussed previously, her orders have multiple intentions, and surely she knew that Seraph could not protect the girl. Seraph and Sati are cornered by Agent Smith, and it's made obvious that the two programs have history.
Oh wow, it's been a long time. I remember chasing you was like chasing a ghost.
I have beaten you before.
Yes, true, but as you can see, things are a little different now.
So when and where did Seraph confront the agent? To understand this, we must first know what Seraph is. The Seraphim were the first agents seen in the Beta Matrix. They had similar characteristics to modern agents, but they also had wings. Once Seraph's version of the Matrix was going to be restarted, he chose to be in exile, possibly one of the first to refuse deletion. It is believed that Seraph was offered to join the Merovingian in exchange for his help, but the Oracle recruits him to become her guardian instead. But why were the agents after Seraph? And how did he survive his encounters against them? The reason for Seraph's persecution is because he is not supposed to be in the newer version of the Matrix. The exiled programs become a danger to the stability of the simulation. They become enemies of the system, so the agents are ordered to capture them. Seraph was wanted by the system to be erased for a long time, but this would change when the Oracle recruits Seraph. From that moment on, it is likely that the system ceased its pursuit because Seraph had found a new purpose: to protect the mother of the Matrix. But the question still remains of how did Seraph manage to beat the agents before? Well, Seraph is faster and stronger than the agents, even the upgraded agents, successors of the ones from the first Matrix film. The upgraded agents were faster, stronger, and more agile, but they were no match for the One. Yet Seraph was able to match Neo's fighting level.
Good.
The Oracle has many enemies. I had to be sure.
The architect probably programmed the Seraphim to prioritize fighting abilities, unlike the agents like Smith, who are more versatile using investigation methods like interrogations, and only fight when necessary. There is also the possibility that Seraph is not installed into the Matrix per se. We mentioned in a previous video that Seraph could be installed in a dedicated piece of hardware secretly connected to the Matrix. Check out this video if you would like to know more. Next question. Is the Matrix Online canon? A common question amongst our viewers and the thousands of Matrix fans who have played this game years ago. Matrix Online was sold on the promise that it was the official continuation of Matrix Revolutions. For the many who played it, the game was great, but it presented many administrative issues. For one, the story was not completed, and two, its servers went offline many years ago. All information regarding the Matrix Online and its story can be found in fan pages, wiki sites, and recorded gameplay videos. But officially, the Matrix Online is unplayable. Matrix 4 presents a new opportunity to attract a new generation to this universe. After watching the new installment, many may want to revisit or explore for the first time the older movies, comics, and offline video games. Believing that the Matrix 4 will continue story events from the online video game that is no longer available to play is highly unlikely. Can this issue be resolved? Yes, but how? Many do not want the Matrix Online to be erased from existence. After all, It is a part of the history of the Matrix. However, its story must be accessible once again in order to become part of the future canon. The way this can happen is for the Matrix Online story to be retold in another format, like comics, animated film, or novelization. So far, there is no official information that the Matrix Online is non-canon, so there is hope that the story may still be part of the main Matrix lore. In fact, Morpheus's absence in Matrix 4 could confirm that Matrix Online does continue the story after Revolutions, because Morpheus dies in the game. Future stories may be inspired by the events of Matrix Online, maintaining some of its legacy intact. But for now, this is just wishful thinking. We here choose to create videos focused primarily on the film trilogy, because those are the only media that is officially canon moving forward. And our last question of the day: are there multiple versions of the Matrix running simultaneously? So far as we know, the machines run only one version of the Matrix at a time. But there are comics that show how the machines have used different simulations, as it was the case in the story of Goliath, in which the protagonist was subjected to a unique version of the Matrix in order to train him to fight aliens. Morpheus describes the Matrix as a place where billions of people are connected to it, so it is safe to assume that there really is just one simulation running at a time. Although, there being only one simulation does not mean that it does not run on multiple servers. For example, online video games have multiple rooms or servers, so no one server can get overpopulated and crash. Maybe the Matrix also has multiple servers with a limited number of people in each. Previously, we've discussed the possibility that the Matrix is only one city, though this theory brings with it its own list of questions, like how do people travel to other places outside the city? Or where did these people go when they talk about their trips or vacations? How can you be sure that what you see with your own eyes is still there when you look away? We know that there are other versions of the Matrix, like the construct that is used by the Resistance for training. No one can rule out the possibility that the older versions of the Matrix are stored somewhere and are still accessible. Maybe in Matrix 4, Neo discovers a way to travel to those older versions of the Matrix. But do you agree? Will Seraph return in Matrix 4? Should the Matrix Online remain canon? Are there multiple versions of the Matrix running at the same time? What other questions would you like us to answer? Leave them in the comments below. For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.